Hey YouTube, Brian LCS, thanks for stopping by the channel and this video, the Amazing Spider-Man number 9 review. So we're going to jump in. This story is kind of a side story, I would say. Picks up out of the X-Men Hellfire Gala storyline. So let's jump in. Same writer. This is Zeb Wells, but Patrick Gleason is on the art. So we open up with kind of a little bit of a backstory on the Hellfire Gala. We have Wolverine, we have Spider-Man, we have Mary Jane, and the first couple pages is being told by Wolverine's point of view. So we're kind of getting a little bit of a background on what is going on, and Mary Jane has gotten herself mixed up with a mutant, Moira McTaggart. I'm not familiar with that character. I have not read a ton of X-Men, so this story was a little convoluted for me because it's tying into some storyline that I'm not really familiar with. So we basically find out that Moira has hijacked Mary Jane and basically taking her body, prisoner. She is basically a mind, and she's trying to reconnect with her body. And so she's trying to use Mary Jane as the vessel. And so Wolverine and Spider-Man are there to try to help out Mary Jane. What I do enjoy about this storyline, or at least the artwork, Gleason was a nice little break from John Romita Jr., and he does a really nice job. And so Spider-Man and Wolverine team up to go, stop this problem that's going on with Mary Jane. And so they basically are in a portal, and they go battle with some robots, some bodyguards that were put in place to try to stop anybody who's trying to interfere with McTaggart's plan to reconnect with her body. So you can just see some really great artwork, some great action scenes with Wolverine. And so, Spidey and Wolverine are able to, get to where Mary Jane is. And, they're kind of just waiting for their opportunity to, spring into action and hopefully save her. And so, we see another mutant kind of lurking in the background, and we see McTaggart reaching her body. And then she's basically going to, once she uses Mary Jane as a vessel, she's going to basically kill her. At least that's her plan. But we have Grey Crow who jumps into action here. And then we see Wolverine and Spider-Man jump in. So I apologize if this isn't one of my better reviews. This story was, like I said, a little confusing to me. But the gist of it is, look, Spider-Man, Peter Parker's out to help and save Mary Jane. And so, like I said, the artwork is really great, really fun. I enjoy Spider-Man in his new Goblin, the Harry Osborn costume. And we do get to see Wolverine in action. And so they're able to, both Spider-Man and Wolverine get into position where they're able to, save Mary Jane. But Moira McTaggart is able to reconnect her mind with her body. And you can see she's, pretty powerful. Puts a hurting on Wolverine. And, she basically escapes and says, look, I've got bigger plans. And she hurries off. And there's a little note that where you can pick up that storyline that's in Acts, Judgment Day. So another current book that's going on. And so we see Grey Crow, we see Wolverine, Spider-Man, and now Mary Jane. So they, were successful in rescuing Mary Jane. And then we get a little bit of a aftermath of the story. Peter's walking with Mary Jane, and he's saying, "Hey, can we talk?" And she says, "No." And he's like, "Can't we just talk, just like old times?" And and she says, "No," and why? And Peter Parker replies, "Because of Paul's Mary Jane's boyfriend." And she says, "That's right. You love him." And then Peter says, "You love him that much that you can't even talk to me." Damn it, Peter, this isn't about you. It's about responsibility. Certainly Spider-Man knows about responsibility. And that's Mary Jane's parting. I thought you would understand that. So we get a little bit of a peek into what's going on with Mary Jane. There's some responsibility that she has to Paul and the kids. We still don't understand what happened between Peter and Mary Jane and why they, went from getting back together now being so far apart. So, overall, like I said, this was kind of a confusing story for me because there were so many tie-ins to stories that I'm not reading. Overall, the artwork was great. We got a little nugget of something, a little bit more information about the relationship between Peter and Mary Jane. So, and some great artwork to look at. But, for me, this is kind of seems like a throwaway, issue. I'm not really sure the tie-in to the overall bigger picture. And it really didn't move the Spider-Man storyline along that much. Just like I said, just this little nugget in the last 2 pages of the issue. So, overall, I'm probably going to go, based on my 5 web rating, I'm going to go with a 2. 2, because like I said, it was just, if you're not regularly reading some of these other storylines, this issue can be very confusing. And then we see that issue 10, preview for issue 10 is leading into what looks to be Gwen Stacy. So that'll be interesting to see. So, overall, like I said, an okay issue for me. Artwork is really good. Just too many tie-ins to other stories that you really have to be up on to really make sense of this issue. So, the initial issues 1 through 8 has been pretty solid. For me, this takes it, like I said, a step back. So that's why I'll give it the 2 web review. But hopeful that issue 10 will be, back on track. So, we will see you then. Let me know what you think. If you've read this issue, or maybe even just fill me in on some of the X-Men storyline that I'm not familiar with. But if you are reading this, let me know. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Appreciate you guys watching, and we will see you for issue 10.